because we got Sasha Vujacic here. Sasha,
Welcome, Sasha. Great. One of my favorite Lakers of all time right here.
Thank you, guys. Happy to be with you.
All right, so you even knew when you walked up what today was. When you woke up this morning, did you know January 22nd is the anniversary of Kobe's 81-point game, a game which you played in? I jokingly say, between you and Kobe, 84 points together in that game.
I know. He had jokes back then. You know, it's okay. It's okay. But
what do you remember about that game?
You know what? What I remember is it was actually first quarter we were losing, and the game was tough. And then Kobe just switched like nobody else can do like Kobe did. And one more thing I remember, he was hot and everybody saw that, and Laker fans loved it. I think the whole basketball nation across the globe learned something that day. But he missed that last assist that I gave him to score 84. So that kind of, left a sour taste. But anyhow, it's a special day, and I'm happy that everybody's still remembering the greatest.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were talking a little bit yesterday with Scott Kaplan. Do you know who Scott Kaplan is? No.
Enlighten me.
Yes. So Cappy says that you promised
That's so great. You don't know who this is.
a case of your wine, which is terrific, Alexander wine. He says, yeah, Sasha, he promised me a case of it, and he'll bring it tomorrow. So you didn't remember to bring a case of...
Today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, and by the way, there's a 90% chance he's making all of this up.
Oh, he's delusional.
I'll bring a case of wine next time I go to a game, which is tomorrow, and I'll stop by your offices and I'll give you guys a case of wine to enjoy.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it better be your favorite wine from now on.
So I want to ask you a question.
Paso Robles, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What is it about the dirt in Paso Robles that makes good wine?
Soil is incredible. We probably have 4 to 5 places across the globe where the soil is just made for winemaking, and it's not artificial. And one thing that we've learned coming from Europe, because my dad is the winemaker, he learned that Paso Robles had that magnificent weather, winds, and cold summers. Cold nights and hot days during the summer, which is perfect for the wine that we are making. So we decided to do a particular wine, which is called Right Bank Bordeaux. Mm-hmm. It's very European, and we've been blessed on that land.
Now, Bordeaux, is that the one where you mix a couple of wines? Don't you mix like your? Am I on the right track?
You
mix your Merlot with your what?
So we have everything estate-grown grapes,
right,
which is Merlot, Cab Franc, Cab Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. And what we do, instead of rushing the process, we are aging our wines for about 3.5 to 4 years in French and Serbian barrels. The reason being is because one thing that we learned on our journey, quality overpowers quantity at any point in life.
Yeah, and once it gets out that you have that quality, people will come to you. You don't have to go to them anymore.
So to go back to Bordeaux, all our wines are Bordeaux blends. So, for example, 2013, we have only 3 different varietals because that year the Merlot, Cab Franc, and Cab Sauvignon were the best ones. 2020, for example, which was just released to our wine club members, we have 5 varietals. So it changes every time. We don't want to take shortcuts. We want to make the best possible wine every year.
I'm thinking about launching a line of schnapps. What do you think?
I love schnapps, actually. I can help you out.
Yeah,
that's close to Slovenia. In Austria and Germany, they have schnapps.
Love
so we can talk about it 100%.
Sasha Vujacic is our guest.
The odds that schnapps would come up on the show, yeah.
All right, you guys went to the finals 3 years in a row, 08, 09, and 10. And I tell people all the time, but I want you to tell it from your perspective, that I've always felt that the 09 and 10 championships, the back-to-back championships that you won, were born when you lost Game 6 in Boston. And you guys kind of got your ass kicked. And I remember talking about to you, to Kobe, to Pau, to Lamar, everybody was like, there's no way this team, our group, is going out like this. And you galvanized, and then you went on a 2-year run where you won the next 2 titles. Fair? Did I explain it right?
100%. Before that, we had a lead at home at the halftime, 26 points. I don't want to even say what game it was, but that was right before game 6, obviously.
It was Game 5 in L.A., and Ray Allen got hot in the second half, and they came back.
And he made that crossover on me, which Laker fans hated me for about a year until we
well, then you started winning titles.
But the thing is, when you lose by 20, 30, when they destroyed us on that Garden Field in Boston, and not only that, after we lost, we got to the locker room, and that was probably the first time that I saw grown men crying like crazy. The core group that we had, that was really, we took it personally. We were probably not ready at the time. We were building our team, our chemistry, and everything, and we surprised everybody once we got to the finals. But in order to win, you have to lose. In order to win, you have to confirm it. So one thing I also learned on that journey is you can't be one and done.
Yeah.
You need to know how to win and repeat and go back to back. And that's why that year, you're right. You're absolutely right. Game 6, when we were flying back. And you remember we were going from the arena to the hotel, and they were trying to flip our bus over.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
It was insane. But that's why we didn't wear green for a year. Except some people made some mistakes and lost their ties on the
I wore a green tie on St. Patrick's Day, and I walked in. I go, he goes, what's with the green tie? And I went, what's St. Patrick's Day? And he goes, no, and took out a pair of scissors and cut it.
Awesome.
It was great.
Awesome.
I went on the air that night with like a cut-off tie.
Yeah.
It was really fun. What do you think when you watch the current Lakers? Obviously, not where they want to be yet. They have good nights and bad nights. What do you see?
Well, what I saw was, for example, I was in Vegas, watched the preseason game with the Warriors.
Right.
I saw a lot of enthusiasm. I saw guys willing to play together, and the coaching staff is trying to adapt to what we have. I watched the game last night and against the Clippers. I think we are getting there. We probably have a piece missing or not, but you have Rob Pelinka, who's a great basketball mind behind it, and I hope we can make it to the finals. Tomorrow's going to be a good game because we're playing the Boston, so that's a
best win of the year last year. They won at Boston without LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen.
I think the group is amazing, and I think I'm having fun watching.
So if you were to add one, you mentioned add a player. If you were to add a player, what type of player? Would it be a ball handler? What do you think would sort of put this over the top?
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's not start any rumors right now, but I think
you don't have to give names.
We know what we need, but we need somebody that's gonna go in there and be that enforcer, especially on defense.
Physical presence.
You need that physical presence. You need a little more. I wouldn't say rebounds because I love AD. When AD is let loose and he can play his game, I just love watching him play.
Well, Ron Artest was that for you guys.
100%.
That he when you lost Trevor, who was a really good player, and then you brought him in. Ron had a physicality to him where if the other team tried to push it around, he'd go, okay, let's go.
And he had the mindset, and I always say Ron was one of my favorite teammates of all time. He knew how others were thinking about us because he was playing us with Houston and with Sacramento, so he hated us. But then when he came into the circle of trust, when he had opportunity to be in the pack with all of us, he transform. And I think Phil did an incredible job by allowing him to be himself and within the group bring the best possibilities. And we needed the size and we needed that toughness.
Yeah, he was a perfect fit.
Hey, are you super famous in Slovenia? Like when you walk, are you like a rock star? You walk down the street, it's the Sasha.
I don't even know, man. I just love being in LA because I always said wherever I have opportunity to win championships, that's going to become home. So obviously where you come from, Slovenia, ex-Yugoslavia, it's for all of us. We go back home and we are treated perfectly. But to me, Purple and Gold Nation, since, I was drafted by the Lakers. I was here for quite a few years, and we went from ups and downs. And I think people recognize that now more than ever. So I'm happy to be here and welcome the moms, Angelina.
All right, last thing for you. We see a lot of LAFC games. You a fan?
I was when Chiellini was there, who's a dear friend of mine.
Right.
So I went to see him play a couple of times.
That's a nice stadium, isn't it? They do it right over there.
But I went to see Galaxy now also when they won. So
Did
I like
you see
both
him during
teams.
the playoffs?
I'm an LA guy, so I like.
I love the fact that when I met you were this kid that was kind of wide-eyed and didn't know anything, and now you're so at home here. I love that.
I love it. So when I went there for the first time,
Sasha and I run into each other at Slay in Manhattan Beach on a fairly regular basis. It's like both of our favorite restaurants.
Right.
So we're in
100%.
there all
And
the
I'm
time.
keeping an eye on him if he's drinking Alexander wine or something else.
They serve Alexander wine at Slay, right?
They do. We are allocated through our favorite restaurants and everybody that was with us from the beginning.
Awesome.
And John, next time I see you at Slay, you better have that Alexander wine
Done.
bottle on
It's a deal, man. Great to have you.
Great seeing you.
All right, good to see you,
Great
man.
seeing you, Sasha. Appreciate it, man.
you.
Sasha Vujacic.
A lot of people here waiting on Sasha. He's
Yeah,
going to go
yeah.
sign a few things, talk to a few people.